All right, good afternoon. Welcome back to Algebraic Connections, MCPSS TV. First critical standard is adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. We're going to review adding and subtracting polynomials before we jump into multiplying polynomials. Last week, adding and subtracting polynomials, remember that we should always only combine like terms. You can only combine like terms. So we had a mystery last week. I went through the first 4 clues. Let's review those clues and do the last 6 to solve this mystery. We're trying to figure out who done it, what was the location, and how did they murder the suspect. So the first clue was a plus 7, 3a plus 4, plus 3a plus 4. We add like terms, and they gave us 4a plus 11. That clue tells us that Dr. Alpha was in the atrium. So check that off my clue box. Dr. Alpha was in the atrium. Clue 2, like terms, and this one is subtraction. 6c minus c, 4 minus 2, that was 5c plus t, 2 tells us Professor Delta was running in the gym. So Professor Delta in the gym, check that off my clues. The third clue, make sure I show like terms, x squared, 3x squared, minus 2x squared, 2x plus 6x, and negative 2 plus 2. The negative 2 plus 2 leaves us with nothing. So 4x squared plus 4x, a cougar did not injure the victim. Let's check that off our box. Cougar attack was not the method of use. The fourth clue was 5p squared. There are no like terms for 5p squared. 2 has like terms 2 and negative 9. Those are both constants. These two remain the same, so 5p squared plus p minus 7. So the victim was not electrocuted. Electrocution was not the method. The fifth clue is a new one. So let's make sure we underline all like terms. So 4c minus 6c minus 3c. 4c minus 6c minus 3c, and our other like terms will be 3d, 6d, and 5d. So that's 3d minus negative 6d minus negative 5d. So when we combine all like terms, 4 minus 6 is negative 2, minus 3 is negative 5c. 3 minus a negative. Now, whenever you have minus a negative, and that happens twice here, we could just change that to plus. So 3d plus 6d plus 5d. 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 5 is 14. So that is our solution, and the clue is chemical poisoning is not the cause of injury. So let's check that off our box. Chemical poisoning is not the cause of injury. The next clue, 2x squared minus 3x plus 2 plus x squared minus 4. My like terms are 2x squared, x squared. My other set of like terms, positive 2, negative 4. If I combine those, 2x squared plus x squared is 3x squared. There is no like term to go with negative 3x. So negative 3x plus 2 plus negative 4. 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2. So that leaves us with Miss Beta was reading in the kitchen. So we would check that off our clues. Miss Beta in the kitchen. Our 7th clue. 2x squared plus 2x plus 5. My like terms here will be 2x squared, 3x squared. 2x squared minus 3x squared is negative x squared. Next set of like terms, 2x, 2x. 2x minus 2x. If you have something, take the same thing away. That's 0. That's nothing. 5 minus negative 3. 5 minus negative. Once again, you have a minus a negative. That becomes addition. 5 plus 3 is 8. So that leaves us with negative x squared plus 8. So the victim did not stub a toe. So we mark that off our box. Stub to toe. Did not happen. Our 8th clue. 2p squared minus 3p plus 4 subtracted from p squared plus 2p plus 3. Once again, we know our like terms. Combine these. 2p squared minus p squared is just p squared. Negative 3p minus 2p. Negative minus 2. Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5p. 4 minus 3, 1. So that is here, p squared minus 5p plus 1. Coach Omega was watching a movie in the theater. So we can check that off our box. Coach Omega, theater. Our 9th clue, negative 2r squared plus negative 2r squared. So this is negative 2 plus negative 2. So this is negative 4. R to the second power, R squared, negative 3R plus negative 3R, negative 3 plus negative 3, negative 6R, negative 5 plus 8. Negative 5 plus 8 signs are different, so you subtract, keep the sign of the larger value. So negative 5 plus 8, 8 is the larger value, it's positive, so that is positive 3. We come to our list, find that term, and here we go. It was not a falling object. So we check that off our clue box. A falling object did not occur. Once again, we find our like terms, 3f squared minus negative f squared. So that is 3 minus negative 1. 3 minus negative 1. Here we will change that to addition, and that is 4f squared. Negative f minus negative f. Once again, you're subtracting the same thing from what you had. Negative f minus negative f, that goes away. 13 minus 10 is 3, so here we have 4f squared plus 3, and Mr. Epsilon was dusting in the library. So that leaves us with, once we check off Mr. Epsilon was dusting in the library, that leaves us with Mrs. Gamma was at the pool, and the murder occurred with a venomous bite. I hope you enjoyed that and followed that. Now let's get into multiplying polynomials. How can we multiply polynomials? To multiply polynomials, multiply each term in one polynomial by each term in the other polynomial. Once you multiply those, add like terms to simplify. Let's look at it in a real world situation. Right now, I'm a sports guy. I miss sports. So if tennis was on, we have 4 people coming to the tennis court. We have Jenna, Ashley, Dave, and Laura. Everybody wants to play every person. So if I was to match up, let's say Jenna versus Dave first. Now Jenna wants to play Laura. Jenna versus Laura. Well, Ashley's up next. Ashley now plays Dave, Ashley versus Dave, and then Ashley versus Laura. Each person on each side plays each person on the other side. That's the same when you're multiplying polynomials. What if you had a third person on this side? Tony came. Tony showed up. So now we've already know we had Jenna versus Dave, Jenna versus Laura, Ashley versus Dave, Ashley versus Laura. Tony wants some of the action too. Tony versus Dave, and Tony versus Laura. Now, people that really follow sports, you know, the winner stays on, the loser has to go. So Jenna plays Dave first. Jenna wins, she stays. She plays Laura. So it's kind of a situation where winner stay on, loser move. But you do that with each term in each polynomial. In this case, each person on each side of the court. So let's look at these polynomials, some examples of some polynomials. The first situation will be a monomial, meaning one term, multiplied by a binomial. Bi means two. So if we go here with 6 times p, and that's just 6 times p, and then we multiply it by 6 times 7. Notice that we kept the sign the same as what we had. 6 times p minus 6 times 7. To simplify that, 6 times p is unknown, so it's just 6 times p, 6p, minus 6 times 7, which is 42. So now let's take about 30 seconds. You see if you can do this at home. Okay? So if you come up with 32k to the second power plus 16, then you're exactly right. But that comes about by multiplying 4k times 8k. 4 times 8, 32. K times k. When multiplying similar bases, you add the exponents. This is understood to have 1. This is understood to have 1. 4k times 4. 4 and 4, 16 when multiplied. Next situation, let's look at binomials times binomials. 2 terms times 2 terms. That goes back to the illustration I gave you where you have 2 people on this side of the court to play 2 people on this side of the court. So 4n multiplied to 8n multiplied to 8 6 multiplied to 8n and 6 multiplied to 8. So we simplify. 4 times 8 is 32. N times n times n to the second power. 32 again, 4 and 8. N, 6 and 8 is 48. N, and 6 times 8 is 48. Notice here, the first page will say simplify. Well, we can simplify because we have like terms. When we add our like terms, 32 plus 48 is 80. We keep that term the same. You can bring everything else down to complete this trinomials as our solution. Okay, so you try about 20 seconds. Let's see what we get. Remember, if this was a court, 2 people on this side plays both people on this side. Everybody gets a turn opportunity. So this is 2x squared minus 7x minus 4. If you follow that 2x and x, 2x squared, 2x and negative 4, that's negative 8x. 1 and x is x, and 1 and negative 4 is negative 4. These are my like terms that will be combined. -8 plus 1 is -7. What if we have a binomial and a trinomial, 2 terms and 3 terms? So we would take and multiply 6n times 2n to the second. 6 and 2 is 12 when multiplied. N squared is n to the third. 6n times -2n, so that is 6 times 2 is 12, n to the second. 6n times 5 is 30n. So at home, you take this term, -4, and multiply it by each term in this trinomial. Combine your like terms. So if you think you can complete this correctly, send me the correct answer on Twitter. I have a full Cyclist gift card for you. I will mail it to your house. Make sure all information is on the tweet. Twitter at Coach DJ2. Let me go back so you can see that before we leave. All right, once again, tweet it at Coach DJ2 to complete this. Send in your information with your answer. I have a full Cyclist gift card for the first correct answer. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll be back next week